Have you ever wondered if you chose your life, your family, all of your challenges, and every lesson before you were born? Hi everyone, if you're new here, welcome. My name is Elony'a. I'm a certified clinical hypnotherapist and the founder of Divine Minds CCHT. Now let's dive in. Now this is a belief that is rooted in many spiritual and metaphysical traditions, and that is that before we incarnate, our soul makes choices about the life that it will live here on earth. And these choices are made with one purpose in mind, and that is to grow and evolve spiritually. As a hypnotherapist, while I practice and observe past life regression sessions, working with clients' spirit guides, it's been noted that before we incarnate again, we get to choose which life we would like to live next. So we choose the life, the family, the lessons that we would like to face during our next incarnation, all with the purpose of progressing in certain areas as a soul or a spiritual being. And this belief is partially based in the ideas of karma, where depending on the lessons and the choices that we made during our previous lifetime, we are then going to be faced with karma, whether we deem it as good or as bad, but the consequences for our previous actions and choices and how they affected others during that lifetime. Now, the soul is eternal and it exists beyond physical time and space. So before we are born into a body, the soul already exists within a higher spiritual realm, and the soul cannot be created nor destroyed, just like the laws of energy, because a soul is an energetic being or an energetic body. And while we are souls within the spiritual realm, we are able to make plans for our next lifetime. And oftentimes, these plans include things such as the choice of family or parents, maybe major life events, whether that's illnesses, diseases, losses, relationships, certain life lessons or themes that play out during our life involving forgiveness, compassion, love, self-worth, or certain challenges where we are given the opportunity to grow. And ultimately, that is the whole point of life, to experience and to grow, to live through a wide spectrum of emotions that are achieved through specific life lessons that we chose before incarnation so that we can progress our soul bodies within the higher realms. And you may have heard me touch on soul contracts before in another video, and soul contracts are agreements that we make with other souls to play specific roles in each other's lives. And these roles can be either supportive or challenging, such as experiencing a difficult home life or even a difficult relationship with a friend or a partner. But the purpose is to catalyze spiritual growth and healing for both parties. But as you know, as soon as we incarnate into a body, it's almost as if we go under amnesia, where we are no longer able to remember the life and the lessons that we have chosen beforehand. And that would defeat the whole purpose, right? And that's because we are meant to experience the lessons, the people, the life, and the emotions firsthand, instead of working through our mind and our memory with expectancy of what's to come and what we're supposed to be facing. And it's not impossible to look into some of the lessons that we may be here to learn. For example, reading into your birth chart, observing certain placements, planetary bodies, houses, and interactions between the planets may be able to give you subtle hints into some of the lessons, hardships, or even achievements that can be accomplished during your lifetime. For example, you may notice some birth chart placements within your chart that reflect a strong drive in your career life, or maybe it's planets, houses within your chart that represent a strong family dynamic or an inclination towards creating a family, such as having children. Or there may even be small or major accidents that can be pointed out within your birth chart that occur during specific astrological transits. But also, keep in mind that nothing is set in stone. While it is believed that we get to choose our life, the lessons before incarnation, that does not mean that we will be faced with each and every single lesson that was planned out beforehand. And that does not mean that all of our lessons will occur within one specific way, as if every single detail is planned out, because that's just simply not true. Well, yes, we may be planning out some of these experiences, these lessons. That does not mean that we've planned it out to an exact moment in time, one exact way. That's just not true. And that's because we have free will. And free will basically suggests, depending on what we willingly choose to do during our life, that means there will be an outcome that can go one way, or it may turn out a completely other way. Never fully set in stone until the action is already decided and acted upon. And some of you may be questioning, why would I choose to live a hard life? Or why would I choose to partake in some of these life lessons that are traumatic or that are just challenging? Now, this is one of the most profound questions that's asked within this belief system or within this tradition. And while nobody can really give you a solid explanation why we chose the life that we chose, here are just a few common explanations. Maybe it was growth through challenge, because adversity fosters soul evolution at a much deeper and even quicker pace. Maybe it was for karmic balancing. Like I suggested earlier, our past life actions may need to be balanced in this current lifetime. Or maybe it was so we could be of service to others. Like suggested before, we have soul contracts. So some souls may incarnate or appear in your life to help you progress or to awaken you in some way, shape, or form. Or maybe it's experience and expansion, where the soul is seeking a wide range of experiences to help grow in wisdom, compassion, and through love, or even through those negative emotions. Now, I want to share a quick disclaimer. I'm not here to push my beliefs or this tradition on anyone else. I am simply sharing a common metaphysical belief that has been expressed through many different cultures, religions, and through my work as a certified hypnotherapist who practices past life regression sessions. In no means is this video or this topic meant to lead to spiritual bypassing, where someone's real suffering is dismissed as just a part of the plan. Not everyone is going to resonate with this specific belief, and this belief is not supported by empirical science. It is seen as a metaphysical speculation. Now, this topic can be both empowering or burdensome, and it all depends on how it is interpreted. And we are in no means here to blame someone for choosing trauma during their life. Now, the idea that we choose our lives before birth is a spiritually empowering worldview for many people. It may offer a framework to find meaning through challenge and through suffering, and it also may encourage responsibility for one's path, one's actions, and lesson. Ultimately, it suggests a divine order behind major life events. But like all spiritual beliefs, it's not about proving it to be true to oneself or to others. It's about whether this belief system helps you to live a much more meaningful, compassionate, and conscious life. So, I hope you enjoyed. Please, if you have any questions or if you'd like to share your specific experience, feel free to leave a comment. You can find me on social media at Divine Minds CCHT, or you can reach out to me, schedule a free consultation or your very own session at divinemindsccht.com. And I hope to see you all next time.